All right, tornado warnings going this evening. We're looking at them here on the live stream. Decided to go up and test out a couple of different things here. So I'll be popping in and out tonight. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're safe wherever you are. We are looking at Kentucky tonight. This is the region that where the strongest tornadoes are, at least the strongest reflectivity that we've seen this afternoon, and we've got 3 tornado warnings going right here. Into Kentucky, we've got Bath, Menifee, and Montgomery County, also Greenup, Kentucky, and Edmonson, Grayson, and Hart counties in Kentucky with tornado warnings going right now. Let's start up here into the northeast. This is just to the west of Ashland near Huntington. Huntington under a severe thunderstorm warning. We've got this nasty looking cell just back to the west that continues to work toward this region. A lot of rotation in these storms. Let's flip this over and we'll look at the reflectivity here. And the velocities, rather, I should say. So, oh man, that's ugly looking right there. Pretty nasty looking tornado radar indicated here. Even some flash flooding going on too. So a lot of rain falling with these cells. Just zooming in a little bit here. This is I-64 out of Huntington, right? So your tornado is north of I-64 on the radar here. That's what it looks like to me. Some strong rotation here. Let's put this into motion. We can see how this is going here. A little bit too far back. Let's go with fewer frames than that. But that thing was rotating earlier. It's still got a lot of rotation on it, even though the tornado warning area shrinking up a little bit. There's still some broad rotation going on here. Tornado warning looks like it's expired. We now have that severe thunderstorm warning. Would not be shocked if there's still a tornado tag on this. Let's look and see. They didn't leave it on it, so still some rotation on it. All right, let's go to the southwest here. Oh, there it is, possible tornado. So they are leaving that on there. Okay, so severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado tag now including Huntington, West Virginia with that cell that's still back to the west of Ashland, still north of Grayson. Almost just north of Grayson. I think that's a lot of rotation on that cell, so would not be shocking if we've still got a tornado going on here. All right, let's go to the south. We've had this storm near Mount Sterling. This is now a tornado warn cell as well. I'm going to really back this out so you can sort of see where we're looking at here in Kentucky tonight. We are looking at the Jackson radar here. Some decent rotation just to the north of Mount Sterling right now. This is I-64 headed west toward Lexington, so just to the north of Mount Sterling is the strongest rotation on this one. Radar indicated, also severe thunderstorm warning out for this as well as this line moves off to the east. Within this line of thunderstorms, there's been some buckling too. And there you go. Look at that. Barber County, West Virginia, also Taylor County into West Virginia. New tornado warning here as well. Let's go over into West Virginia and let's see where this is headed. Makes sense, right? We're moving now into West Virginia with this tornado warning. So damaging wind, some hail, and there is some rotation in this. And that's tightening up too. That's a nasty looking storm here. So if you are in Huntington, you'll want to take cover now with this storm off to your north and west. Flatwoods. Also here into eastern Kentucky. I mean, I've been in this area a lot here. So as you head out of Huntington and you head west, you get into Kentucky, a lot of hills here. So you're not going to see it coming more than likely. A lot of rotation here with this cell. A lot of lightning too going on. I'm going to flip back and we're going to go back to the reflectivity. It's going to be certainly rain wrapped. And I don't know that you're even going to be able to really see it out here. A bit of a hook right here if I had to guess. Tornado to me looks like it's at about right there with some wrap around here. Let's go back over to the kind of looks like it's right there. We'll go to the velocities. Yeah, that's where it is. So just north of Hopewell. We are in eastern Kentucky here. Over here is Ashland. It's getting close with this tornado warning. Certainly not good news. No, absolutely not. Don't like to see this in anywhere, but definitely in the hills of West Virginia, you're not going to see this coming. Again, back towards Kentucky, and we've also had this other cell back. We're going to go way into western Kentucky now. We've not looked in on this one yet. A lot of tight rotation here near Big Windy. That is that looks interesting right there. Some decent velocity showing up here. So now we're just north of Big Windy, living up to the name here in West Kentucky right now. So decent rotation on this cell. That's moving off to the south and east. Again, we are in Kentucky. This is an observed tornado here right now. at 4:34 Central, so just 4 minutes ago. An observed tornado, confirmed tornado 9 miles west of Munford, moving southeast at 30. So this is a confirmed tornado across West Kentucky right now, being confirmed by the National Weather Service. A lot of other alerts going on too. I know we're looking here, but let's go up into West Virginia. This is that other tornado warning that we're looking at. This is brand new that just came out recently. Let's back this up. And we're up towards, I believe this is Barber County. Yeah, Barber and Taylor in West Virginia here now. So let's go into West Virginia. Trying to think of which radar I want to pull. So you get up here into northern West Virginia. Okay, you can pull from the Charleston radar. You can pull from the Pittsburgh radar. But that's about it, right? So you're almost, I don't want to say you're in a dark spot, but that's a tough place to be. So you're looking pretty high in this thunderstorm. So up here's Grafton. I don't like that look. Let's go back up to Pittsburgh. It's pretty far away. We're hitting the tops of these cells. Oh, that is the Pittsburgh. No, that's the Charleston radar. All right. And look, I mean, listen, here's the thing, right? We've got this one tornado warned storm here just to the south of Grafton, right? This is this tornado warning here. So much color on the map right now. I'm trying to get my bearings here. We've got another decent rotating storm here just to the northwest of Buchanan, too. That's in West Virginia right now. So even though these storms aren't tornado warned, this is tagged with a tornado possible, right? So tornado possible with these severe thunderstorm warnings too. Some decent rotation near Weston. If I zoom in a little closer on this, again, this is not a tornado warned storm, but there's some decent rotation just to the northwest of Buchanan. Again, we're in northern West Virginia. And then you've got this tornado warning up here. This would be in Barber County and Taylor County in West Virginia. You can sort of see how this has been outlined with your strongest rotation right about here. I would say near Hopewell, Berryburg, and then backing this out, I want to show you where we're at. Here's Fairmont up here, Morgantown to the north. This is to your south. So this cell moving off to the southeast, headed towards Philippi, and then getting a little bit closer on some of these other communities here. Pleasure Valley, Kalamazoo, Nestorville. Tornado warning in effect. It does include Grafton, West Virginia tonight. And we are in West Virginia looking at these. Okay, there are other cells going on too, and there are other storms. I am going to switch back to the west, and let's go here into the north. Well, let's look into Kentucky first of all. Okay, I'm not going to turn the radar on yet because I want you to see all of the warnings that we're looking at. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, right? You have all of these here towards Campbellsville. These are now south of Lexington. The wake behind these storms, we have flash flood warnings going. So these storms are dropping some really heavy rain. And that's always going to be a problem. Severe thunderstorm warning, possible tornado warning on this cell. Let's examine this. I mean, that's another thing. So we've got this storm just to the northwest of Jackson. So this is going to be a pretty close look here into this storm. So your radar site not too far away. These cells back here towards Richmond, Kentucky. You can see the rotation in them. This might go tornado warned. That's one cell to watch right now. Again, just severe thunderstorm warnings on that from Richmond over. And again, we're in Kentucky, so I'm not sure exactly what counties they are. Let me pull this up. So we're looking at, this is several counties. Northeast Lincoln, southeastern Mercer County, Garland County, Clark County. Look at all these. Jasmine County, Boyle County, Madison County, Fayette County. I mean, there are so many severe thunderstorm warnings going here into Kentucky right now. And then we have these tornado warnings up here into northern West Virginia, and then back here into central Kentucky. And this is another cell. I'm telling you, watch this cell west of Huntington right now. Still some strong rotation. Tag tornado possible with this one. Severe thunderstorm warning right now in effect for Huntington, West Virginia. To the north, we've had some heavy rain back behind these cells as they've worked out of Ohio. A lot of flash flood warnings going on right now. New tornado warning firing up for Hart County, Kentucky until 6 p.m. as we continue to watch these storms work off to the south and east tonight. Hart County, Kentucky, that's been extended now until 6 p.m. That's an observed tornado. I do believe that, and that's a PDS, by the way. Okay, so here we go. This is a big problem here in Hart County, Kentucky right now. A PDS. This is a particularly dangerous situation, life-threatening situation. Tornado warning remains in effect here until 5 p.m. Central. I said 6. I think I need to adjust my timing here that's firing out, but there you go. So we've got this on the ground right now. If you're watching this live on YouTube, damaging winds, damaging tornado. This is a PDS, particularly dangerous situation, right? When you see this, you know it's a big deal. So take cover here. Hart County, Kentucky. That's what we're looking at. This just came out. So if you're joining the live stream, we just flipped the radar. We were looking at the radar out of Jackson. We're going to go back over toward Louisville. And, oh, man, that's nasty looking. So this is a confirmed tornado on the ground right now. And I just want to zoom in. I want you to see all of these roads. Can you see the crookedness of them? I mean, that tells you this is a very hilly area in western Kentucky, central Kentucky, picking up out of the Louisville radar. So unfortunately, it's probably going to be hard to see coming. However, look to the east of this, all right? So if you are in Munfordville, Woodsonville, you're right at the edge of the tornado warning, but this thing is headed your way, and I don't like the way that looks. So it looks like it's headed right into this region. And you can see how your tornado warning really fans out too, right? Because I think even along this, there's going to be some really damaging winds, and this is a PDS situation, a particularly dangerous situation with that tornado warning going here in Kentucky as we speak. Again, this is a confirmed tornado. Hart County, Kentucky is where we're at. If you're just joining the live stream, welcome, guys. Don't do this very often. I just think there's just a lot going on, and I've got the time, so we'll talk about it. So a lot of wind shear here, that change of wind direction with height helping these supercells continue to go through the evening hours. And listen, here's the thing. I think you got to watch these off to the south and east. If you're anywhere here in the rest of Kentucky, you're going to have to watch these cells through the evening hours. New tornado warning again, Barber and Taylor in West Virginia. That continues. I think they've updated that now. Let's go up into Barber County. Still radar indicated up here. Let's see if they've updated something. Yeah, that's till 6 p.m. at 5:44. So literally just pushing that out. Tornado warning remains in effect. And it was near Philippi, moving southeast at 30. The danger, a tornado, and some hail. Yeah, that's radar indicated. I just want to point something out here. I'm going to zoom this back just a touch, okay? So the problem about northern West Virginia that I have, especially right in here, your nearest radar sites are Pittsburgh, Northern Virginia, and Charleston. Pretty far away here from the radar site. You're not going to hit it down here in Floyd County, Virginia. So it's a pretty tough place to see, but still enough rotation that the National Weather Service going ahead and keeping that warning up now here in West Virginia. Down below me, you can see the names of where we're looking at right now here in Kentucky. Again, Green, Hart, Barron County, Kentucky here. Tornado warning now getting pushed out a little bit further to the south. And that makes sense, right? That tornado warning out here, this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. So we're watching these storms continue to grow and hold their strength. So now you've got this long track type tornado on the ground in Kentucky, moving off to the south and east. So not just for Munfordville. I just think this might be something that you hear about tomorrow, unfortunately. This is ugly looking right now with a confirmed tornado on the ground. We knew it was going to be a rough day. We knew that there was going to be tornadoes, and we're continuing to see them. Back to the west, I think you got to watch these cells too, all right? So we look at the tornadoes on the ground. If you're west and if you're south and east of this, this is where you got to watch this. So if you're in Glasgow tonight, if you're in Edmonton, if you're in Columbia here in West Kentucky, Bowling Green here, you've got these cells off to your northwest. You're going to want to watch these cells through the evening hours. These storms have had a history of producing torrential rain. So we've got a ton of flash flood warnings going on here in northern Kentucky tonight and a slew of severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's go just a little bit further to the east. We've been looking at that tornado back there across West Kentucky. We do have this tornado warning going here into central Kentucky near Mount Sterling, and a new tornado warning still going here for Muhlenberg County in Kentucky. And looks like that is, I do believe is that back here? I think that is going to be back here. Yes, it is. All right, so let's zoom in here. We've got a new tornado warning, and that's what I was saying, guys. If you're in Bowling Green, I was telling you, you got to watch these cells off to your north and west. That's the thing with these cells. They're starting to spin up and rotate, and we are, even though they're severe, right? We've got these severe thunderstorms. We're getting these new warnings that are coming out. And that one looked nasty to begin with. Some rotation. That's kind of an ugly look on the radar. I don't like the way that looks. Let's see if we can get a better viewpoint. That's going to be your closest radar. So let's go over to the reflectivity. Oh, gross. Oh, look at the hook on that sucker. Ugh. Not looking good. Tornado warning again continuing in Hart County, Kentucky. Again, that's a particularly dangerous situation, but we are now in a bit of a different spot here. We are further to the west now of Hart County. 4:47, National Weather Service issuing this tornado warning for southeast. Well, it's near Dunmore, so we are in Muhlenberg County. Muhlenberg County, southeastern Muhlenberg County in Kentucky right now. Tornado warning with this cell. I'm going to let this animate just a little bit because this is the newest one. Oh my gracious, look at the hook going here. It's hooked. Oh my gosh, that's ugly looking. Butler and Logan, Kentucky too. New tornado warning. I guess they've updated it now. So we're going out a little bit further. The time is Eastern that you're seeing on the screen, so please forgive the time if you're in Central as we continue to push these tornado warnings off to the south and east tonight. Let's go back down here. Boy, if there ever was a hook, how about that? Okay, so now you've got your rain being wrapped around your center of circulation, which again, your circulation looks like it's right in here, right? That's where you're seeing most of it. And there's your rotation. So this tornado warning, again, extending out much further. So now we've got tornado warnings up on the cell that's near Gus, just to the north of Dunmore. That's where your rotation is right now. I'm going to go back to the reflectivity right here. That's your rotation. This is your circulation. Your winds are bringing that rain around your circulation. No reflectivity here. But this is your rotation. And we've got a tornado warning storm here in Kentucky. Radar indicated. This one's getting nastier looking up here to the north. It's going to be totally rain wrapped by this point. So still tornado warned here in Kentucky near Munfordville. Let's go over to the velocities because I'm getting lost in all the rain. And there it is. Look at it, rain wrapped here. That is disgusting looking. Okay, that is not what you want to see. This was that confirmed tornado that has just went from, I mean, it had a lot of rain around it, but now it's just buried in rain. Maybe a little bit of a hook here as that rain wraps around your circulation, but gosh, it's getting lost here in the reflectivity for sure. Let's pull the Louisville radar, see if it's any better. Not really. Yeah, it's telling the story, and that, again, that's a rain-wrapped tornado in Kentucky. Okay, so here's the deal. We're looking at the active tornado warnings. I get it, but we need to also look to the other cells to see what they're doing, right? So we've got this other cell back here across West Kentucky. It's not tornado warned. It's north of Benton right now. Just a severe thunderstorm warning on it. There's a lot of rotation in the atmosphere, so continue to watch that cell. Again, heavy rain falling, a lot of flash flood warnings, and then we've got this cell that's just to the east of Mount Sterling now. I'm going to pop the radar back over to Jackson, which is in eastern Kentucky, okay? And now we'll pull this up so you can see some hooking going on still with this. Still got a little bit of a twist in it, and there's your rotation on that cell. Let's go back to the Mountain State. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings now for Huntington. I do believe this remains a tornado possible warned storm, and it does. So while it is a severe thunderstorm warning, there's a tornado possible on this cell that's moving out of eastern Kentucky. This is I-64, okay? Your tornado just to the north of I-64, west of Huntington, West Virginia tonight, sliding off to the east-southeast right now. Pretty quickly, too. Let's let this rotate in motion, or I should say go into motion, and we can see the rotation. Some decent wind shear here. You can see how all of this is curling around. There's your radar indicated tornado. All right, let's back this up. Let's go into northern West Virginia. A lot of flash flood warnings going here just to the south of Wheeling. Okay, so I'm going to zoom this, like, here we go, just to the south of Wheeling. All right, so yeah, new tornado warning. Casey, Kentucky, Lincoln, Kentucky. All right, so we've extended these warnings out just a little bit. Or this is a different warning. Okay, so let's make sure I'm in the right place here. Yep, that's it. All right, that was the cell we were looking at. We were looking at some of these. This is near Liberty now, east of Liberty. That circulation just now moving through here. Active tornado warnings take priority, so that's why we're moving around so quick. If you're watching the stream tonight, welcome, guys. Again, not a lot of live coverage here on this channel, but I did want to watch this tonight, playing with a couple of new things here on the live stream. So if you see a mistake or two, please forgive it as I sort of navigate that and also look at my watch and play dad from time to time here on the stream and figure out what the kids are doing. All right. So yeah, this is the newest tornado warning. We are in Kentucky now. This is, like I said, it's live. So that's what you have, Butler and Logan, Kentucky. All right. I think we have a new tornado warning. Let me zoom this out to verify this. We do, in New Jersey. Okay. This is brand new here near Cape May. Tornado warning going now in New Jersey tonight. Cape May until 6:15. This is a new tornado warning coming out. We knew that New Jersey was going to be a problem today. Into Maryland. I think you're still watching these cells tonight as well. Let's zoom in a little bit closer here. Kind of messy looking. I pulled the, which radar am I pulling out of? Dover? Yes, I'm in Dover here. I don't think we want to go this far north. Let's see if it cleans it up a little bit. Not really. And I'm going to change over to the reflectivity. A lot going on here. So these cells, all right, there we go. So there is some rotation in it, but the motion on these are a little bit different. So now you've got a little bit of a hook around like this. So tornado warning going on here. Also special marine warning. Hail could be up to 1 inch. So the tornado warnings for Southwest Cape May County and Southern New Jersey, 549. So yeah, just within the last 5 minutes. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Scotch Bonnet, 9 miles northeast of Cape May. So there you go. Tornado warning right now here in southern New Jersey as this storm moves off to the east. Okay, we've got bigger storms too to the north, all right? So it's not just across Kentucky we're looking at, although that's where most of the tornado warnings are right now. Man, we've had some big storms blow through Philadelphia. Flash flood warnings going for Philly right now. Big storms off to your east right now. Severe thunderstorm warnings going here. Also to the south of southwest of Philly. Some big storms back into this region moving in. Severe thunderstorm warnings on these. These are not tornado warned at this point in time. They seem to be just severe thunderstorm warnings with damaging winds. There is some rotation with these, but not a lot. Nothing like what we're seeing in Kentucky right now. To the north, it has been raining like crazy. Flash flood warnings going right now into New York City metro region. This is continuing for the next hour and 19 minutes. Also out towards Long Island, we've had some heavy rain, southern parts of Connecticut, and then back across central New Jersey. Flash flood warnings going here as well for the storms that have now moved off to the south and east. And then we've got some bigger storms firing up just to the south of Erie, PA right now. These continue to fire up. Tornado warning going now. Barron, Kentucky, and Greene, Kentucky. New tornado warning just got issued here, and I do believe, let's go, where are we at here? Let's go to this PDS, by the way. I know we're talking about these counties, but this is Hart, Greene. Okay, this is Barron County, Metcalfe County. So what they've done is they've pushed that out a little bit more. So that is that tornado warning out here now being pushed out a little bit further in time. So let's pop the radar up here into Kentucky. We'll continue to watch this region, and then we'll sort of take a wider view as to where these are headed over the next couple of hours. All right, so tornado warning here going for your good circulation, still going. And I think this is still indicated. Yeah, PDS right now. That's the most, I mean, this is the most, this is the highest warning you're going to see when it comes to a tornado, okay? So if you're the kind that just says, nothing's coming, listen, this is a observed tornado here on the ground. PDS, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado. So when you see these words, that's a big deal. A confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado near Munfordville moving southeast at 30. This is a big deal right now. Big tornado on the ground right now in Kentucky near Munfordville. That storm very close to Rolettes right now. So if you're in Burnell Crossing, Uno, LeGrand, Seymour, Bear Walla, you want to watch this. Three Springs, we're getting in closer to these small communities. Pascal, Rex, all of these areas in this part of Kentucky, take cover now. This is a strong tornado, dangerous, and it's big too. And it's moving off to the southeast right now toward you. Looks like the strongest rotation near Rolettes, crossing South Dixie Highway. That to me looks like where it's at. So if you are here, where are we at? This is South Jackson Highway. Anywhere east of this, take cover now. All the way down here, if you're under this tornado warning, this is a particularly dangerous situation, a PDS tornado warning on this in Kentucky tonight. This, guys, this is horrible. Oh my gosh, I hate to see this. Still got the tornado warning off to the east too, but man, that's a bright tornado. That is a classic look here. I don't know that it gets any more textbook than that. Here comes your inflow into the circulation. Boom, there's your tornado. A lot of rotation going on here. So this is pretty ugly tonight in Kentucky. This just went from bad to worse to bad as it can get, I think, just within the last few minutes. That's disgusting looking. Again, tornado warning here in Kentucky. All right, let's go off to the north and east. The good news is I think up here just north of Elkins, south of Morgantown, these now have expired, at least the tornado warning, but you still have a tornado possible tag on these thunderstorms up into this region. Just want to show you this up towards Buchanan. Also, all of these severe thunderstorm warnings in northern West Virginia right now have a possible tornado tag, okay? So keep that in mind as you're tracking these storms tonight. Treat it like there's a tornado with them, okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. Unfortunately, we have a much uglier situation where we have a confirmed tornado on the ground. I mean, look at this. I'm going to back this up just a little bit. Look at all of the lightning that's going on out here. So much happening around this. This looks like a hurricane on the Doppler here. You can see everything getting sucked into this cell. Strong rotating winds around this tornado, which is going to be bearing down on Uno in the next little bit here, off to the south and east of this rotating supercell. Still got a tornado warning here to the east of this, so let's hop over here. The last update was at 5:22 Eastern time, so just in the last 10 minutes, it was near Liberty, moving southeast, so I think it's down in this region by this point. We could probably pop up the Jackson radar, get a bit of a better view here. So yeah, there's your rotation on that. Tornado warning extending all the way south and east toward Science Hill. And then eventually Somerset, you're not in the warning. It's just to your north here. That tornado warning going for the next little bit. So we're going here now for the next 29 minutes or so. And then I want to show you something all around these severe thunderstorm warnings. Check it out. Do you see all the possible tornado tags? So you've got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings that could at any given time spiral up a tornado. Big problem here in Kentucky right now. Back to the west, we've got this. This is a problem too. This was a nasty looking storm earlier. Let's see how it's evolving. Still got a good hook on it. That's a lot of rotation here with this storm just to the northwest of Bowling Green. Still radar indicated. Hasn't been confirmed on the ground yet, at least from what I'm seeing right now. So several tornado warnings right now in effect. So this was Logan County and Butler County. We are in Kentucky right now. And there's that tornado again, that tornado warning near that's Cape May here in New Jersey, where we're dealing with that active tornado warning at this time. Looks like it's right in here, if I had to guess. Near Cape May Courthouse, just to the south of that. And what do they say in the motion is on that? Let's take a look. Well, it's moving east at 25. Okay. And that's why your special marine warning, clearly, that's why it's extending out to sea. Okay. Big storms up near Erie, PA, too. We've had these going for the last little bit. Also up towards Rochester. Severe thunderstorm warning going for you guys. Your Jamestown, New York. Your tornado warning for Bright Hill, also Estill, Kentucky. Let's go look here. Let's see what's going on with these storms. Is that here? Yep. That would be it. Man, we're getting close to the radar site here in Jackson, Kentucky. There's your rotation. There it is. You see that brightness right there. You can see the twist in the atmosphere. So tornado warning now here in Kentucky. This just came out just in the last moment or so. Moving towards Beattyville, Boonville. Hey, if you're in Jackson, you're watching this too, right? So these storms are going to get really close to the radar in the next little bit. Further to the north, we've had this storm west of Huntington now. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, tagged possible tornado. Huntington, a pretty large metro region here. You get out here west here, cross over into Kentucky. And yeah, we've got that tornado. It looks like it's riding right along I-64. At least the rotation is. I imagine that's pretty wild looking right now along I-64 in Kentucky. Barron and Greene County until 6:30 tonight. We've got the new tornado warning just got revised here. And this is where the PDS is, by the way, guys. So, yeah, you go back here into central Kentucky. This is where that observed tornado is. It's almost right on top of Uno right now. Again, that's that observed tornado here in Kentucky. All right, let's take a big picture look here. We'll zoom out in just a second here. But yeah, you can see where all the tornado warnings are now into Kentucky. I am going to flip radar sources. We're going to take it away from the actual single site radar, and we'll go to the larger radar across the region. You can kind of get the motion of these storms and where everything is headed. Again, that tornado warning just firing up again into Cape May. Just got updated now until 6:15 in New Jersey. Yeah, we've seen that new tornado, yeah, in coastal New Jersey. Pretty wild. And that PDS, pretty rough, absolutely. So let's go north. We've been looking at these storms again across Kentucky. We've got some pretty nasty storms moving off of Lake Erie right now. Severe thunderstorm warnings just to the southeast of Erie right now with these cells. And then we've got these storms up near Rochester, too, that are swinging to the east. Let's switch sources. Let's see. How are we going to do this? There we go. Okay, so want to look at some of the new data coming in as we do a little bit of forecasting too. We've been looking at the storms. A lot of you want to know where they're going. What do things look like over the next couple of hours? All right, so let's zoom in just a little bit. We'll actually let's zoom into probably this map. So this is probably the best shot here. So we're zooming into the southern Appalachians. I want to pull just radar at this point. So once we get into the evening hours, this is kind of where we are right now through the 6 p.m., 7 p.m. hour. These cells will continue to sag to the south overnight. All right, so most of the severe weather now over, at least for a lot of southern Indiana, northern Kentucky by the time you get toward the 8 p.m. hour. But now we're looking here into eastern Kentucky. I think even into Tennessee, you have to watch these as they work east. And also here, say from, I know we're looking at the cells now in Huntington, but in the next hour or so, we're going to be watching them from Charleston, even down to Beckley, into eastern Kentucky, and then eventually, once they cross the mountains here along the spine of the Appalachians, up and down the I-81 corridor, they're likely going to be weakening by this point, but east of the mountains, I think you still watch these as they push off to the east into parts of Virginia. Okay, let's back this up to where we are right now on the HRRR. It's doing an okay job of initializing, right? We've got these cells here along the coast that are firing up, and back here are the cells that are just south of Lake Erie, continuing to drop off to the south and east tonight. This region probably a little bit more stable by this point, right? We've sort of worked the atmosphere over a little bit with these showers and storms, so things start to calm down, but there could be some stronger storms embedded in this. Certainly we're seeing that risk start to go down, but I think tonight we're looking at these cells that will be moving through Maryland, also eastern Virginia through the evening hours, and then also into the northeast, backing things up. Still a lot of curl in the atmosphere, so we'll want to watch these cells as they move east tonight through parts of New York. The strongest instability right now, further to the south. There's a lot of wind shear going here too, so that's the thing. These cells could pulse up. An isolated tornado can't be completely ruled out, although everything now, the risk is a little bit further to the south. You can see how this is getting chewed away at now through the evening hours. This is the newest Storm Prediction Center outlook for tornadoes. Again, that extends all the way back into Kentucky, and clearly we're seeing those tornadoes and those tornadic cells get fired up here across the East Coast tonight. All right, let's go back to the radar. We'll look at this a little bit more, and as we're watching these strong thunderstorms tonight. Multiple tornado warnings. There's 106 alerts right now. Between the flash flood warnings, the tornado warnings. A lot going on for sure. This is that particularly dangerous storm, the PDS warned storm right now across central Kentucky. It was near Uno just a moment ago. Now it looks like the strongest rotation near Three Springs, LeGrand, and Park. This is where the strongest rotation is right now, continuing to push off to the east, southeast. Barron and Greene, Kentucky. Radar indicated tornado warning still until 6:30. Back here's Logan and Butler County. So Bowling Green, you got to watch this cell, right? So this is off to your north and west right now. Bowling Green, very populated area. Some strong rotation with this, with a tornado warned storm right now. It was a tornado tagged thunderstorm earlier, but now we've got a warning on it. So again, that's Butler and Logan County that we're looking at here in West Kentucky until 6:30. And then there's the brightness. Look at that. That is an ugly looking tornado still showing up on the radar. Latest update 2 minutes ago. So radar indicated rotation now. Tornadic thunderstorm remains over rural areas of southwest Greene, southeast Hart, including northeast Barron, northwest Metcalfe counties. Okay, so we know where it is, but it was located over Three Springs is what they were saying. And yeah, there's your rotation. Let's see if they extend this out a little further. Would not shock me if we do. That storm continues to pinwheel off to the southeast. Let's put this into motion, and you can just see all this rotation sort of come together. It's a little too far back. Let's just take it back 21 frames. We don't need to look at the whole afternoon. So that's a pretty long-lived tornado there moving through Kentucky tonight. More tornado warnings to the east, just north of Somerset right now. Strong rotation here across this region. Cell dropping off to the south and east. All of these severe thunderstorm warnings have tornado tags on them. Another one off to the north and west right now. This county, where are we at here? Gosh, several counties. Estill County, even parts of Jackson County, Lee County, Bret Harte County, several counties here. And here's the thing, again, a lot of these severe thunderstorm warnings all have tornado tags on them. Let's go back toward Huntington. A lot of rotation moving towards this region right now, crossing the state line here. This is I-64. And yeah, west of town here, a lot of rotation with this, some gusty winds, and again, a possible tornado on this storm as it moves into West Virginia right now. Flash flood warnings expanding across northern West Virginia with all of the rain that's falling up into this region. And it is pouring rain in Buchanan right now. Good grief. Look at that. Flash flood warning going now, no doubt. I mean, these storms are dropping a tremendous amount of rain, and a new flash flood warning just came up, including Glenville right now. It's almost like you sit here long enough, you can watch everything just pop. All of these storms are just animating, and we're just seeing new warnings pop all the time. Flooding still a problem in and around New York City tonight. And up here towards just north of Buffalo, look at that. Flash flood warning going here as well. Big storm just east of Buffalo now. These storms continue to push off to the east. I do want to examine these just a little bit. Okay, so we want to watch this area for tornadoes through the evening hours as well. Because, yeah, look, there's some rotation within these storms too. So these are just severe thunderstorm warnings at this point. Winds could gust up to 75. Or I should say 60, hail could be up to 3/4 of an inch. Take I-90, you leave Buffalo, you head south along the lake, southwest along the lake. We've got some light rain, but man, those storms pick up once you get southeast of Erie here. Big storms going across this region, moving toward Union City. Everything here moving off to the east-southeast. Individual cells kind of moving through, but you can sort of see how your outflow is pushing here. Tornado warning Adair County and Greene County now until 7 p.m. That's a brand new tornado warning just firing off here on the live stream tonight. And that is on the storm that has been... You had an observed tornado when it was back here near Munfordville. Now that storm moving further to the east and continuing to produce a tornado. I think that's probably got a tornado in it. Let's back up just a little bit. And which radar do we want to pull? Gosh, that's a long way away. So now you got to decide, am I going to pull out of Louisville or am I going to pull out of Jackson, which seems really far away. So, yeah, I guess we'll pull out of Southern Kentucky for now. Oh, yeah. Strong rotation still on this. Tornado looks like it's near center right now, very close to Little Barron. If you're in Uno, this storm now off to your south. Munfordville, the storm is gone. It's off to your south and east, moving away pretty quickly. And now we're looking upstream, right? So if you're in Columbia, Kentucky, you're watching this, okay? It's still to your northwest, still quite a ways away, but nonetheless, we were looking at this cell. It is what? Probably 18 miles away right now. So we've got this tornado warning going here. Again, we are in Kentucky. We are in Greene, Hart, Metcalfe, Adair County until 6. And then I do believe, yeah, this was the same cell that had the PDS warning on it earlier, the particularly dangerous situation. So yeah, big tornadoes going on right now in Kentucky. I don't know if it's as big as it was earlier, but certainly a lot of rotation with this center of rotation almost right over center right now in Kentucky. If I had to give you some good news, I like to give good news. Still tornado warning storm here. There's a lot of rotation with this. You can see it. I mean, it was certainly stronger back here towards Irvine, but I would say the rotation on this cell getting a little bit weaker. Enough rotation, though, that there's still this tornado warning here just to the west of Jackson, Kentucky now. Let's see if we can go up. Cape May, New Jersey. Okay, that warning got revised. Let's go up to New Jersey, by the way. We'll skip through West Virginia where we've got several severe thunderstorm warnings, but you've got this tornado warning still going here into Cape May County. I do believe that's Cape May County. I may be dead wrong on the name of this. Yeah, it's Cape May County. Okay, new tornado warning. Frederick, Virginia, and Hampshire, West Virginia. This is brand new. This is a new area. We've not been looking in here. Let's go into Virginia. This is in the Shenandoah Valley. Good grief, near Winchester. So this thing's moving off the mountains here toward Winchester. So this is a very populated area. Let's pull the Sterling, Virginia radar. Oh, no. Oh, no. That is a lot of rotation on that. Again, we're in Northern Virginia right now. Tornado. This entire storm was tagged possible tornado, but now you've got this tornado warning here into Northern Virginia. This will be parts of Hampshire County and eastern West Virginia, but southwest Frederick County in Virginia. And this pushing off to the east. So over here to the east, this is I-81. Okay, follow me here. Back out a little bit. We'll show you where we are, and let's change the view of this. So I want to say we'll pretty it up because it's pretty nasty looking. Okay, so now we're looking at I-81 like this. Okay, this is I-66 headed into DC, and this is Winchester. Of course, up here's the Virginia-Maryland border. This storm just now crossing the Virginia-West Virginia line and producing a radar-indicated tornado right now into Northern Virginia. Looks like it's east of Davis Ford now, near Leehaw, and again, Mount Pleasant, Mount Williams. Over here into Virginia, this is a tornado-warned storm. So as this pops down into the valley, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I want to talk about something that I think is interesting when it comes to these tornadoes as these tornadic thunderstorms drop off of the mountains. So follow me for just a second, if you will. If I can entertain you. Anyway, not to entertain you, but if I'll entertain your mind. Pretend this is the mountain, right? This is a terrible example, right? But this is the Smokies, right? So we're not dealing with mountains this big, but imagine you've got a thunderstorm up above this, right? And as that thunderstorm complex moves across the mountains, what happens to the column of air mass? It starts to stretch, right? The air descends, starts to pull apart your mountains, right? Think about what happens when you take a rope and you stretch that column of air. I was talking with a meteorologist years ago. We were talking about tornadic thunderstorms that descend off of mountains like this, and sometimes it helps to strengthen those tornadoes. So that's something that I think needs to be watched with this. Again, we're in Northern Virginia tonight. New tornado warning too. This is brand new as well. Let's go here into West Virginia. Okay, this is with that cell that's moving through Huntington right now. So Huntington, West Virginia, under a tornado warning. This does not surprise me in the least. Nothing surprises me tonight either in this situation that we're in with all of these rotating supercells. Now we've got a rain-wrapped mess with a tornado warning. It makes sense. It's a really populated area here, and it's been pretty nasty. This thing moved right down I-64. If I had to guess, rotation's probably right in here, just to the southwest of Huntington. That's my guess on the reflectivity. Let's look at the velocities. Bang, there it is. Okay, so some good rotation still on this storm. Now into West Virginia, near Credo. Okay, so this is Huntington. Really populated area here in downtown Huntington. Starts to get a little spread out west of town, but this is still a highly populated area here into West Virginia. This goes over to Barbersville, so all along I-64. Further south, a little more rural down here, but this is a problem here. There's Buffalo Creek. Tornado warning again for Huntington, West Virginia. This is for the next, what are we looking at? The next 21 minutes or so with a radar indicated tornado. And again, this entire warning has been tagged tornado. So they are playing it safe, I would say, and going ahead and keeping that going. All right, Frederick, Virginia, Hampshire, West Virginia. That's where we're looking at a tornado warning as well. That just got updated. And if you're just joining the live stream, this is where I was giving my mountain example as this tornadic supercell moves off of the mountains here. Boy, that's ugly looking. Let's go over to the reflectivity. And it doesn't have as much of a strong of a hook on it, but let's see. What am I out of the Sterling radar here? I am. Okay. So that will definitely be our closest radar here. Again, I made the example as these cells move off of the mountains, you start to stretch that column of air. Again, just like this mountain here, if you had a thunderstorm descending from it, it's not going to fall off of it, right? What's going to happen? The air is going to continue to move forward. You're going to get some things happening in the lower levels of the atmosphere, but that column is going to stretch. So here's the thing, right? I tell you all this to go, you get up here along I-81, you got some ridges that run like this, and this is some pretty high elevation back here into West Virginia where this tornadic thunderstorm is. So as it drops off the mountains, I wonder if we don't get these quick intensification moments with this cell. So if you are anywhere in this area, take this cell very serious tonight. A little bit of science behind the tornadoes. So I was talking with a meteorologist. If you're just joining, I said that earlier. We were talking about that. There was a tornado, and I honestly can't remember where it was at. But it was a similar situation where you had a tornado warned storm coming off of mountains like this into a valley, and one has to wonder, does that mountain and that topography actually enhance that tornado again as that column of air starts to stretch? So imagine you take a rope, right, and you're spinning it. What happens when you tighten it up? It spins up just like that. So Frederick County, Virginia, tornado warning going here into parts of West Virginia too. The big tornadoes tonight have been in Kentucky. Okay, this has been the observed tornado. Again, big population here towards Huntington. We're dealing with a tornado. We've got this one back here. This has been a gross one now across central Kentucky back towards Columbia. And severe thunderstorm warning for, it's not quite, is it including Bowling Green? Gosh, I'd say yeah, there's Bowling Green, but now you've got, the possible tornado on that rotating cell that's just off to your southwest. Looks like it's going to go by just to your south. Adair, Kentucky, and Greene, Kentucky. Tornado warning here until 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't know where you are watching this, but let's zoom in and take a look. I'm going to start with this one. This is Southwest Greene, Metcalfe, Adair counties. That's this tornado warned storm here. This has had a history of a large tornado earlier, okay? It's now radar indicated warning. Doesn't mean there's not a tornado. You're starting to get kind of far from the radar sight. Still some strong reflectivity returns that are showing a lot of rotation. More rotation off to the east, too, just to the northeast of Somerset, Kentucky. Tornado warning storm on this cell as well. We're starting to venture towards eastern Kentucky, and now we're up here towards Beattyville. So this cell has had a history of producing a tornado warning back to the west. So Barron and Greene County, Kentucky, until 6:37. Multiple tornado warnings in Kentucky tonight. If you're off to the south and east of this, you're probably watching these cells across West Virginia, Kentucky, from Pikeville to Beckley to Charleston, down into East Tennessee. A lot of rain, flooding a problem here in northern West Virginia, flash flood warnings going up here, and we've seen these expand as these storms have dropped to the south. And take a look, all of these severe thunderstorm warnings here into West Virginia. Okay, let's pop over to the reflectivity for just a moment. Just producing a tremendous amount of rain across this area. So now we've got this severe thunderstorm warning too. Let's go in, right? So we've got this one back here in Frederick County, Virginia, coming out of West Virginia toward Winchester. But we've got one just to the north of Leesburg. Okay, this cell, okay, I'm zoom out for a second. Let's show you where we are at. Here's DC, right? Here's Leesburg, Ashburn, Virginia. You've got this cell wanting to hook around just a little bit. Let's look at the velocities on this. This is a severe thunderstorm warned cell that's got a tornado tag on it. So there's enough rotation that they're going, there's a possible tornado in this. I don't know where you're from. That grabs my attention. Okay, I'm like, all right, possible tornado. Big deal. Tornado warnings continue to fire in Kentucky tonight. But yeah, we're watching this cell here just northwest of DC right now. Moving into Maryland, west of Germantown right now, just near Leesburg. I imagine there's some really gusty winds with this too, and some really heavy rain falling across this region near Waterford. Leesburg, I imagine it looks pretty eerie right now. You're in the dry side of this cell. You probably got a really good view of this cell to the north. I'm not saying go out and look at it, but man, that's pretty ugly looking. And then you've got this tornado warned cell back here near Winchester, to the west of Winchester. And we're still dealing with this tornado warning here in Cape May. I imagine that's going to be allowed to expire in the next little bit here. Laurel and Pulaski County, Kentucky. Laurel and Pulaski County, Kentucky. Tornado warning going here. This is near London, Kentucky. So this is the I-75 corridor coming up from Knoxville, all right? So you leave Knoxville, you head north into Kentucky, you get up here towards Corbin and London. Decent rotation on this cell as well. So we've got this tornado warning. It's radar indicated. Moving off to the, what's the speed on this? Let's take a look at the indication on this. They're saying, moving east at 30. Sorry, got a little distracted there. So there's your rotation on this one just to the northwest of London. London is under this tornado warning, okay? So London, Kentucky, tornado warning for you guys now as these cells move off to the east. Metcalfe, Kentucky now warned on the tornado through 7 p.m. I do believe that's back here. And it is. All right, so what are we looking at? Are we looking at... Okay, so they've just broadened this, it looks like. This was a really ugly storm earlier. And this is the same cell that had that confirmed tornado when it was back up here near Mumfordville, Kentucky, within the last hour or so. Now it's further to the south. Again, moving off to the south and east with some good rotation here near Noblick, Clark's Corner. Right in here's your strongest rotation. And your tornado warnings flank out. They've really pushed this out pretty far, right, to encompass this rotation here. It kind of heads this way. Crawford, Pennsylvania. This is new tornado warning into Pennsylvania tonight. Let's go up here. This is south of Erie. We were looking at these thunderstorms earlier. Now we've got a tornado warning going up into this region. Let's pop this radar on. Near Centerville, looks to me like, yep, some rotation going here. Which radar are we going to pull? We're pulling, I don't even know where we're pulling from. I'll let it do it. Let's pull the Buffalo radar first. Pretty far away. Cabell County and Wayne County, West Virginia, tornado warning 2. We're going to head there. But again, here into Pennsylvania, tornado warning here. So if you're in Titusville, Centerville, Hydetown, take cover right now. And I imagine these are all, not all of them. So back here, you don't have the tornado warning, but this one, new tornado warning. You guys see that? So now we're looking for Pleasantville, Toonerville. It's all with this cell that's moving off to the south and east. So new tornado warning here. Imagine they've sort of scooped this area out, but it's probably right in here. Your rotation headed this way towards Pleasantville. New tornado warning firing just now here across Pennsylvania. There's your tornado warning in Huntington. Again, that's where we were looking at. Same place. Frederick, Virginia, still updating here. Tornado warning going here as well. Let's pull the new radar out of Huntington. Oh my gosh, that's looking even worse now. Let's go in closer here. We're getting close into Huntington right now with this tornado. New tornado warning. This is I-64. Okay. Westmoreland, there you go through here. And your tornado to me looks like it's just south of town. So Buffalo Creek into this region, some strong rotation. Venango County, Pennsylvania, new warning here for you as well through 7. Strong rotation, though, right here, just to the southwest of Huntington right now. I'm going to let this go into motion for the last couple of frames. I'm not going to take it back too far. Either way, take cover if you're in Huntington tonight, over towards Barbersville. This storm moving off to the east pretty quickly tonight. Again, if you're in Milton, Hurricane, yes, it's not hurricane, it's hurricane if you're in West Virginia. Mahoning and Trumbull, Ohio, new tornado warning here as well. So let's go north. This is near Youngstown. Okay, that does include Youngstown right now. New tornado warning on these storms. These are firing quick, guys. So if you're on the stream, you're seeing them fire live. This is near Liberty and Churchill. New tornado warning here. We are in Ohio near Youngstown. Does include Youngstown. And we've got these tornadoes going up here into Pennsylvania too, including Centerville. Big tornadoes firing tonight across Kentucky. Now we're starting to see these cells fire up again along all of this wind shear that's swinging through. It's helping these storms that fire up to rotate. And that's why we're seeing the tornado warnings. And I anticipate more through the evening hours. So that's why we're live. We're doing it live. Oh, man. New tornado warning in Cape May still being updated at 6 through 6:45. What have they done here? I think that's expired. Not sure what's going on with that. That didn't make sense to me. Still got that tornado warning in Frederick, Virginia. Let's go into Northern Virginia. Now we're near Winchester. All right, let's pull the Sterling, Virginia radar. This is going to be, it's going to give us a little bit of a better look here. Didn't really give us a better look. I mean, maybe that's as good as it gets. I knew that was going to be nasty, but I went ahead and did it. Yeah, so good rotation here on this cell. Not as strong maybe as it was, but still. Tornado warning on it. Then you've got, it's flanked by a very large severe thunderstorm warning. And this entire cell is tagged tornado. And now you got your tornado warning within it. North of Leesburg, still got this severe thunderstorm warning. It's tagged with a tornado warning as well, or tornado rather. Not, it's a severe thunderstorm warning tagged with the hazard of a tornado. All right. So big problems here. New tornado warnings firing up as we speak here on the live stream. Again, into Ohio, Youngstown, also up into PA. Let's go back south to Kentucky, where we're dealing with the storms and the tornadoes into West Virginia. Again, Huntington right now, this has got my attention. Severe thunderstorm warning flanking all of this. And then within it, you've got that tornado warning right here into Huntington. All right. A lot of rain with this too. I don't anticipate you going outside and seeing a tornado, but I mean, I guess I don't want you to, first of all. But point is, it's going to be very difficult to see anything. Gosh, that's tightening up. Oh, man, look at that. That looks, oh. Really starting to tighten up here as it crosses, what is that? 5th Street Road. So a lot of rotation near Hodges. We are just to the south of Huntington. This is all rotating here tonight as it moves off to the east and southeast. Tornado warning still going in Adair County, Metcalfe County, Kentucky tonight as well. This is Pulaski County, Laurel, and Rockcastle County in south central Kentucky. This entire area was flanked with a tornado-tagged severe thunderstorm warning, and now enough rotation within this, headed for London, Kentucky, that we have a tornado warning now in central Kentucky. Hampshire, West Virginia until 7:15. We'll head there in just a second. And you've got this back here. This has been the ugly cell that was producing the tornado up here towards Munfordville, diving off to the south and east, and severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado tag near Bowling Green to the southwest. All right, let's go up into West Virginia now. This is a different cell. We are up in the mountains, pretty high up. So we've got this storm moving towards Winchester and Frederick County, Virginia. Now we've got this tornado warning back here in the mountains of West Virginia. There's your tightening of it. All right, you can see that tightening up pretty well here on the Doppler. Boom, there it is. Near Junction, near Pancake. What a name. Pancake, West Virginia, and very hilly terrain, mountainous terrain here in the Mountain State. So rough terrain, tornado warning going here in northern West Virginia, zooming out to show you where we are in relation to maybe where you're watching tonight. This is where the tornado warnings are right now. Big rains going along our front too, further to the east. Actually, I think our front's way to the northwest, back up into here. That's why we're getting our tornadoes up here towards Youngstown now. Let's go back up here, right? So we've got this cell that's tornado warned. There's your rotation. Looks like it's north of Youngstown, if I had to guess. Metcalfe, Kentucky getting updated till 7 now. Tornado warning, that's 7 Eastern. And all of these are radar indicated at this point. This one back here earlier was bad. I mean, it was a observed tornado near Munfordville in Kentucky. Cabell County and Wayne County continuing that tornado warning too for the next 10 minutes or so. Looks like they're consistently updating that out of the National Weather Service in Charleston. Maybe they let it go. Okay, I think they might have actually let that drop. Still holding the tornado tag on it though. Yeah, maybe it's not as tight as it was earlier. Yeah, that right in there, it was pretty tight as it moved through near Buffalo Creek. As it got here close to 5th Street Road, kind of starting to fall apart in the last couple of scans. So that's good news, I think, out of West Virginia right now, as this starts to weaken up a little bit. However, watch these storms, watch these cells. There's a lot of rotation in the atmosphere. So as this moves towards Tees Valley, Milton, Hurricane, yeah. If you're in West Virginia, I know it's Hurricane. The second time I've said that. You've got a strong storm moving your way, though, okay, along I-64. Still dealing with the tornado warnings, too. Let's go back up into northern PA here near Titusville. Still some rotation on this line of thunderstorms as it moves through. And I do believe all of these are marked. Elliott, Kentucky. That one's not tagged tornado, by the way, but this one is. So that's all part of that line moving south. So tornado tags on these severe thunderstorm warnings here across Pennsylvania. So here we are in Elliott County, 642 near Culver. That's where we were looking at it earlier. I'm trying to pop the radar up. There we go. Took a second there. Makes sense to me. Decent rotation here. Right in here. And let's zoom that out a little bit. I don't want to be too close. Decent rotation on this. And let's pop over to the reflectivity. Yeah, that's pretty ugly looking. So decent rotation with this. You can see there's a decent hook on it too, trying to hook around. Tornado warning here in Kentucky right now near Culver, Isonsville. This is a tornado warning now for, what are we looking at? The next 17 minutes. Severe thunderstorm warning. Tag tornado possible. Off to the south and east of this. So now we're getting further east into Kentucky near Louisa, Blaine, and again back into this region. This is where the tornado is, just to the east of Sandy Hook or Culver in this area. We're pulling the radar out of Jackson, Kentucky tonight. All right. Severe thunderstorm warning. I bet you it's tagged tornado. It is. Possible tornado. Still going here. Now out of Huntington. Still some rotation here on this cell as it moves east. So now we're including areas like Hamlin as we approach Charleston, right? So just to give you some idea, this is I-64. Looks like the strongest rotation is headed towards Hamlin. This is a very rural part of West Virginia, ironically heading towards tornado West Virginia. And again, this is a pretty nasty looking one back here towards Sandy Hook and Culver, again in Kentucky tonight. Yeah. That's rough looking. Heavy rain prompting flash flood warnings now for Huntington. They said this thing expires in 3 hours. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's going to rain. It's pouring right now. And that's the thing. We're not just seeing it here. We're seeing it in many places across the east where we've seen these strong thunderstorms. I need to lock that layer. Sorry. We're editing live here. Hey, thanks so much, BK Havens. Appreciate that. There we go. Yeah, so live stream's not a huge thing for me. I don't do it a lot, right? So maybe that's why if you're joining me, you realize it's a big deal. What the heck's Travis doing live? We've got tornadoes on the ground. I mean, it's rough right now. And not only that, we're dealing with these severe thunderstorm warnings that have been tagged with tornado, right? Look at this. Even still into Northern Virginia, we've got these severe thunderstorm warnings into Northern Virginia. Big storms moving out of West Virginia. Hampshire, West Virginia, tornado warning. That's still up into this region, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. All right. So that was the cell that had a tornado warning on it earlier. A lot of lightning with that near Romney right now. So if you're in Augusta, you got to pay attention to this cell back to your west. Ruckman, Kirby. Looks like it's right near Pancake right now. Let's pop over to the velocities on this and let's see how it looks. I bet it's, ooh, there it is. Boom. So we are in far eastern West Virginia. What's going on, guys? Good to see several of you popping in, some of the OGs on the live chat tonight. Good to see you guys. To Ohio we go. There's your tornado warning. You saw it fire on the screen. So, yeah, we're still looking at the tornado warning here. Looks like strong rotation near Maplewood Park, just to the northeast of Youngstown right now. Youngstown officially under this warning, right? It's right in here. Strongest rotation to me looks like it's up into this region near Maplewood Park, Hall's Corner. That to me looks like the strongest rotation on this cell. And that tornado warning extending all the way over to the PA line right there. So you get the idea of where this is headed. Let's put it into motion, because I think if you are east of this, you are watching this towards Frizzleburg, Pulaski. Yeah, you're watching these if you're on the PA side of this storm tonight. We've seen these storms up here too, and in parts of the other parts of Pennsylvania, up near Titusville, Pleasantville. Still some rotation with this tornado warning going here. Radar indicated. Tagged possible tornado severe thunderstorm warning across this part of Pennsylvania right now. Warning still going up here into Rochester too. These are not warned for tornado. These are warned for damaging winds. No tornado right now, but some heavy rain. We've had flooding going on north of Buffalo. Metcalfe, Kentucky, still tornado warning storm going here. We've seen that for the last little bit here. Let's go back to Kentucky. Pull a couple of these radars. London's getting ready to get pounded by this, right? Tornado warning going for London right now. So this is Laurel, Pulaski, and Rockcastle County, including London, Kentucky, with tornado being indicated on the radar. And then further to the west, we've got this cell. I do believe this is Metcalfe County. I may be wrong on that. Yeah, so yeah, here we are. We're back in Metcalfe County. Radar indicated ping pong ball size hail. So some massive hail possible out of this storm. Look at all of the lightning too showing up. So good grief. All right, let's go west. Hey, listen, these cells back here, not tornado warned. Is there a tag on this tornado? I knew there would be. Of course there is. Oh, man. Watch this cell, guys. All right. This is looking grosser and nastier and worse with every scan. So this is starting to look bad here. Still some rotation. You can see it here in Polkville. Metcalfe County still firing up. Your tornado warning keeps alerting. No wonder a lot of rotation with this as well. So Edmonton right now, under the worst part of it, I would think. Pretty bad here right now in Kentucky. And this is a storm you're watching too, right? So if you're in Glasgow, any of these areas in between, if you're under the severe thunderstorm warning, again, it's tagged with possible tornado. We're in eastern Kentucky right now looking at this tornado warning near London. Mahoning and Trumbull, Ohio. Tornado warning still going here until 7:15 Eastern. And that is right in here, my friends. Oh, it's observed. We've changed this. Tornado on the ground now. Oh, no. All right. So this has tightened up too in the last couple of scans. Tornado on the ground northeast of Youngstown at this point in time. Venango, Pennsylvania until 7 p.m. Let's look at this and see what's going on. A tornado warning, confirmed tornado near Maplewood Park. That's what we said, near Youngstown, moving east to 20. That's what we figured. So, I mean, that's where the ugliest radar returns have come from in the last few minutes. So, tornado spotted right here. Maplewood Park. We are in Ohio. This is a very populated region. Look at all of the streets. People live on these streets. So now we got to see what happens east of this, right? We're going to push this out further into Pennsylvania. I would think they're strongly considering it at this point. That is a confirmed tornado. That's the only one that I know of right now. This is confirmed in Ohio, northeast of Youngstown. This looks to be the strongest rotation, and Maplewood Park is where that tornado was observed just recently. Jeez. You hate to see it. That's gross looking. Tornado likely right in here. Strong rotation though. There's a lot going on here. So you can see right here, this is your strongest winds toward the radar. Here's your winds going away from the radar. And there's your tornado. I bet it looks even worse on the reflectivity. I bet that's a hook, if you've ever seen one. Gosh, we're really far from the radar. Let's see if we can get a little closer here. Let's pull just a different view. Yeah, it doesn't look any better. Okay. Some pretty ugly storms still here in northwest PA too. We've been watching these for the last 45 minutes or so. And just south of Ashtabula County, we've got some big storms firing up here too. This is some really heavy rain, right? So you're just getting repeating rounds of it. So flooding going to be a problem here too, I think, if we keep seeing this rain. Inch and a half. Whew, that's some big hail being popped out on this warning for sure. I think this is Elliott, Kentucky. I keep getting my counties mixed up, but I do believe this is Elliott. Yeah, so that's Metcalfe County. Okay, so we've got Metcalfe, and then we have, do you believe maybe this is Elliott? That is not Elliott. And look at all these cells back to the west. Several severe thunderstorm warnings going back here. London, Kentucky, getting ready to get the worst of it right now as this cell moves through. All right, let's go up here. Now we're up into northeast Kentucky. This is going to be up near Blaine. This is Lawrence County. Okay, so we've got the tornado warned storm going up here. It's not warned as a tornado anymore toward Huntington. But now we're looking at this storm here moving through eastern Kentucky, north of Paintsville here. Very familiar with this area. Very rural, really rugged terrain here into eastern Kentucky. And we've got a radar indicated tornado. And man, that's ugly looking. So, geez, you start to see these hooks, right? You don't like to see that. Pendleton County, West Virginia. Gosh, these tornado warnings will not stop. Stop. Just stop. Golly day, that's oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, so you talk about mountainous. We're in the mountains here, by the way. So we're in the. I'm going to back this out just to get some bearings here. Okay. I'm like, where are we? All right, so here's Pocahontas County. You're north up here into Pendleton County, into north central West Virginia, Harrisonburg, Virginia. I had to look at all my bearings here. Is I-81. Okay, so big rain too. I mean, you talk about flash flooding. This is the type of setup for that. So Laurel and Pulaski County, Kentucky, tornado warning 2 going here. We're in West Virginia right now watching this moving out of the a lot of the National Forest region here. The Monongahela National Forest. Probably destroyed that name. I go up here all the time and I can never pronounce it. I've lived here all my life in this region and I still mess it up. Okay. Let's go into Winchester. This storm was warned earlier, now starting to move to the east. It's not warned right now. I imagine that this cell still has some rotation on it. It does. Not as tight as it was earlier, but still some rotation on that cell. Heavy rain creating flooding here into parts of Maryland, in and around Baltimore. Flash flood warnings going right now because of all the heavy rain. There's more stories to this than just the tornadoes, right? I mean, we've got flash flooding going on, so it's a big deal. It's a problem. And several tornado warnings still going right now into Kentucky. Also up here into Ohio. This up here northeast of Youngstown is the observed tornado, right? This is where we were looking at it. Earlier, it was back to the northwest up here near Maplewood Park. Looks to me like it's near Geography Hall moving east. Very close to the PA line, getting close to New Bedford. New Bedford, I don't think you're officially under a warning right now. Just saying, there's still a lot of rotation with this as it crosses the PA-Ohio line. I'm just saying. And again, this is an observed tornado, right? It was observed earlier. So this was 9 minutes ago. It was a confirmed tornado near Maplewood Park, east at 20. Weather spotters confirmed the tornado. This is on the ground. Now, let's back it up a little bit. Looks like it might actually be weakening a little bit, but not much. There you go. Tornado warning. Good call. Lawrence, Pennsylvania, till 7:30. That thing is bearing right down on New Bedford as we speak. Frizzleburg, if you're here, you're watching this storm because it is up just to your west. This is a decently populated area here that is just to the east of Youngstown. So tornado warning now extending into Pennsylvania, Lawrence County, Pennsylvania. So National Weather Service saying this is radar indicated near New Bedford, but this storm has had a history and was producing a tornado back up in here towards Maplewood Park. That storm, if you were to follow it, is going right here, the rotation, right over New Bedford, moving off to the southeast. Tornado warning now into Pennsylvania again. I do believe that's the only one right now in PA. It is. It's the only tornado warning right now. Some severe thunderstorm warnings off to the northeast of that tornado warning, I should say. And then up here south of Rochester, these are some decent storms moving off to the south and east with some warnings going here. Just some special weather statements going here into the New York region. Flash flood warnings look like they have now been allowed to expire into the New York City metro. But in the wake of these storms across West Virginia, just south of Wheeling into southeast Ohio, Clarksburg, we've got flash flood warnings. These go all the way over to Elkins now. And with this tornado warning here into eastern parts of West Virginia, this is Pendleton County, West Virginia. Tornado warning going here. Strong rotation looks to be right in here, just to, where are we at? To the northwest of Circleville, maybe? You're getting pretty far away from the radar site now. You're in rural West Virginia hitting a radar that's in Pittsburgh. All right. The nearest radar is Charleston, which would probably give us a little bit of a better view, you'd think, but not really. Clay and Knox County, Kentucky. Oh, man. These tornado warnings just keep firing now until 7:30. Clay and Knox. This is right here, guys. This is southeast of London, Kentucky. This expires in 28 minutes. Radar indicated here. So that was, it was near Sublimity City or near London, moving east at 30, and that makes sense, right? So right in here. Gosh, that's going right over the airport in London. Tornado warning again in London, Kentucky tonight, crossing I-75 as we speak in Kentucky. So, off to the southeast of this, you're watching this cell. I'm going to go back and we're going to pull, let's pull the Jackson radar. That'll give us a better look into this region. Oh, do you see it? Oh, okay. Gosh, a lot of rotation with this. So much rain, too. This thing is rain wrapped as all get out. I mean, just blinding rain. I wonder if there's enough updraft to create. Oh, no, I doubt it because we're close to the London. Well, we're pretty far from the Jackson radar, I guess, at this point. All right. Another tornado warning for Frederick, Virginia, also Hampshire, West Virginia. We've already had one. We got another one. So, pretty messy looking. I get it. This is a messy night. Oh, we just got another tornado warning in eastern West Virginia. Boy, West Virginia's rolling tonight. Anyway, so we had this storm that now east of Winchester, another storm west of Winchester, tornado warned here. All right, so this is now moving in the same areas that just saw a tornado warned storm. I mean, almost the exact same spot again right now. This is the newest, Grant and Hardy County. This is in West Virginia, near Petersburg. Tornado warned storm here, I should say. Let's see where it was near. They said it was in near Petersburg, moving east at 30. Okay, that's what we thought. We were talking about it, near Petersburg. That's not what I wanted to see. This is what I wanted to see. There's your rotation, near Petersburg, moving east at 30. So if you're in Jurgen, Bass, watch out. Get ready. Tornado warning, safe space here because it's rough. This tornado is bearing down on you guys. And then down here towards Franklin, you've got a tornado warning here still going. And then up to the north and east. So this is Winchester again. You got to look west. Gosh, we've got these mountains. These storms just keep rolling off the mountains, producing tornado warned storms. Oh, what a night. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning here south of Charleston with a possible tornado. We're in West Virginia now. I mean, we are close to the radar site now, okay? This is getting in really close. I mean, look at this. There it is. So a lot going on here. Okay. So a lot of rain wrap. There's some rotation right in here. New tornado warning into New Jersey too. We'll go there in just a second. But yeah, we're watching this storm to the south of Charleston right now. Looks like it's going to move south of the city here. But we've also got this cell back to the west that has a history of producing a tornado warning back when it was over Huntington. We've got this tornado warning in Kentucky, London right now. Good grief. Rough here into Kentucky tonight. More storms further to the west. We've seen this going here for the last little bit. This storm Still capable of producing a tornado. I don't know that it's observed. Still radar indicated here, but that's some pretty strong rotation just to the east of Good Luck, north of Doobie. Is it Doobie or Derby? Dubry. Marrowbone, Waterview. So all along this road here, I mean, this is a very rural area of Kentucky too. We've got the possibility of a tornado. Let's go to New Jersey. Did not mean to take you to outer space. Gosh, we've seen these storms right here along the coast. There's your rotation. Look at that. Getting along the Jersey Shore now. We've got a tornado warning going here across the bay. There it is. Got pretty bright there for a second. So this cell moving across the water. So we're near Island Beach. Tornado warning here. This goes all the way north. So all along Shore Road here. Not up to Seaside Park. It's south of here, but I bet you are under that severe thunderstorm warning, special marine warning, but the tornado looks like it's here. Looks like it's going to come really close to Island Beach. So we're in New Jersey right now. New tornado warning here along the coastal area of New Jersey. The hot spot tonight, West Virginia, particularly northeast West Virginia into the Panhandle and also into Kentucky. London, really just getting hammered right now with this severe thunderstorm and tornado warning going. There's your rotation. Clear to see where that is. We're pulling the Jackson radar, just making sure you're paying attention. Oh my gosh. Thanks for that, Tammy. I know I keep asking, but in Corbin, we can hear the London sirens and a lot of cloud rotation. And you're in Corbin. Wow. Okay, so report from Tammy in Corbin says she can hear the sirens from London right now. So Corbin down here. I-75 connects Corbin and London. And she can hear the tornado sirens. So very eerie here in Kentucky where she says she can see the clouds rotating. So thank you for that. Laurel and Pulaski, Kentucky, continuing this tornado warning. I do believe we are in Laurel County, Knox County, and Clay County right now. So, yeah. Still pretty ugly tornado warning back to the west, too. This is south of Edmonton. Look at the lightning. This thing is creating a ton of lightning tonight, this evening, whatever time it is. Lawrence, Pennsylvania, keeping the tornado warning going up here as well. We'll talk about these into West Virginia in just a second, but this one has had a history, and it still is observed. Wouldn't you know it? All right. This has been an ugly cell near Frizzleburg, okay? It's been producing a tornado when it's been further to the west. I think it was up here near Maplewood Park. So this is near Youngstown, all right? This is northeast of Youngstown. This cell now has tracked just like this. Still tornado warned. Now, if you're off to the east of this, you're wondering, if you're in Newcastle, you're watching this cell off to your northwest. I am anyway. And a slew of severe thunderstorm warnings with this line now south and east of, well, we've moved out of Jamestown, New York. We're down into Pennsylvania now. Yeah, keeping that going. Multiple tornado warnings just keep firing out of Kentucky tonight. Let's go back here into Monroe, Cumberland, and Metcalfe counties. Then we'll work our way back through Kentucky. We'll go back towards London. Let's pull this radar up again. Again, just to the south of Edmonton now, Marrowbone. We've talked about that rotation here. Still really strong looking. I think I'm going to guess that we are still seeing some rotation with these as well. So you'll have to watch these storms. Still just to the southeast of Bowling Green. There's a little bit of rotation, just severe thunderstorm warned for this particular moment. Could change. And then we're still seeing the severe thunderstorm warnings that have converted to tornado warnings here into parts of eastern Kentucky now. This is coming out of Lawrence County in northeast Kentucky. National Weather Service out of CRW, Charleston, West Virginia, issuing this tornado warning for the next 32 minutes. With this rotation headed this way. So rotation near or east of Wilbur, if I had to tell you where it was right now if we're tracking it, moving east in East Kentucky tonight. Severe thunderstorm warning going south of Charleston still. Still this strong thunderstorm near Hamlin, West Virginia. And possible tornado tag on it. Also possible tornado tag on the one south of Charleston. With flash flooding in the wake of it here from Ironton, Ohio down to Huntington. Still looking at the tornado warning out here into New Jersey. Ocean County here. That thing is probably offshore now. Probably just crossed Shore Road. And if I had to guess, this thing is out over the ocean. Moving off the Jersey shore right now. Yeah, there's your tornado. Now out to sea. Still some gusty winds. And that's the thing. These tornadoes are spinning up. Let's go to the reflectivity rather. These tornadoes are just firing right along this line of showers and storms. So pretty messy, right? You're getting these little notchy returns, complexes firing here. A little more organized back into West Virginia. Let's go back here. These have been pretty ugly, and they're still looking gross here near Petersburg. So we are in northern West Virginia, in the Panhandle here for the next 16 minutes. Also down here towards Franklin. Let's pull this up, and we'll get a little closer here. We want to look at the velocities. So still some rotation here. Maybe not as strong as it was earlier. Good news is in Winchester, we were watching this storm earlier. Now it is just a severe thunderstorm warning. That rotation not as strong as it was when it was back into West Virginia. Moving east into Virginia, weakening, but Winchester under the severe thunderstorm warning. Petersburg, some rotation back here towards Moorfield. And then down into West Virginia, continuing here towards Franklin. Some decent rotation on this with the tornado warned storm here. Strongest storm right now. It was over into Kentucky. Still some decent rotation just south of London right now. That's pretty tight here. We're in East Kentucky now, very close. We're in the county right here up against the West Virginia border, Lawrence County. Plenty of rotation with this too. Steady rain to the south of this. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make. A lot of wind shear with these. Hopefully, as you're getting some rain here into southeast Kentucky, but you're getting a lot of inflow on the backside of these storms that are helping them back build, and they're staying strong. And they start to move to the right in a very supercellular fashion, and that's why we got the tornadoes. Still got the tornado warning going up into Lawrence, Pennsylvania. Lawrence County, Pennsylvania. Into the Northern Virginia region. The big places we're watching right here near Winchester. And then back into West Virginia. Steady rain up here towards Hagerstown. This is not severe. This is just steady rain here across western Maryland. Gettysburg up to Harrisburg. Nothing severe here right now. This is all just, again, steady rain. Strongest storms off to the northwest. East of Youngstown now, extending this tornado warning out a little bit further. Makes sense. This was the one that was observed earlier, moving off to the southeast. Oh, yeah. There you go. Still rotating. Are they calling it observed? They're calling it radar indicated still when it was back to the west. See, this particular warning was observed, right? So let's back this out. So when this storm was up here near Maplewood Park, we observed a tornado here, continued on. Now it's in here. And that warning now pushing out to Newcastle, farther to the south, also to the east. So new tornado warning here into Pennsylvania tonight. Grant, Hardy, West Virginia. Tornado warning here, Clay, Knox, Laurel, Kentucky. We've been looking at that too over the last couple of hours. And good gosh, look at the flood warnings. Flash flooding. Big issues here in the wake of these thunderstorms. All right, backing things out. Big picture look right now. This is where we're seeing the tornado warnings, mostly across Kentucky, eastern West Virginia, and here into Pennsylvania. We've had a few here along the Jersey Shore. That's probably going to continue. And I think you got to watch these cells here into West Virginia, into eastern Kentucky as they continue to drop this way, right? Good to see you, Trevor. Yeah, I've seen the flood warnings out here. We've had quite a bit going on out west, right? So let's pop that up while we're here. Yeah, a lot of big flooding going on out here. Flash flood warnings going. That's a pretty big storm too up near southern Utah. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Severe thunderstorm warning going on here near north of Monticello. I think maybe it was Zion. They shut down some of the canyons. They weren't letting people hike. I mean, it's no wonder out here. Those things are choked off. It's a choke point for flash flooding. So flooding a problem out west too right now. In the east, we're dealing with tornadoes. Multiple tornado warnings, in fact. All right, severe thunderstorm warning pushed out on this cell as it moves out of Kentucky. Severe thunderstorm warning getting pushed into parts of West Virginia as we speak. Let's zoom in on this one. I think this has been a pretty impressive sucker right here as it moves out of Kentucky. Some decent, listen, that's a hook if I ever seen one. So if I had to tell you where a tornado would be, let's look and see. Your rotation, to me, looks like it's right there. Let's see how bad I'm off. Boom, there it is. Looks like it's just north of Ulysses here, near Richardson. That's your strongest rotation. And your severe thunderstorm warning extending east now. I imagine they left the tornado possible on it, and indeed they did, my friends. Cumberland and Metcalfe County, Kentucky, tornado warning new. They've updated it here. Let's go back to the south and east here into London, Kentucky. Still pulling from the same radar. That's Laurel and Knox County, actually. But either way, there's been tornado sirens being reported in this area. Now we're back to the west. This is where we are. So, yeah, 621 within the last 60 seconds or so. New update here on this. Tornado warning continuing as this rotation moves south and east across southern parts of Kentucky. So now we're going, all right, are these going to make it into Tennessee? Well, we're starting to see some new warnings here pop up. Near Westmoreland, severe thunderstorm warning to the north of that in Kentucky as these cells drop in. So The thunderstorms continue to drop south and east, putting a lot of rain down too. Severe thunderstorm warning north of Hopkinsville too. Not pulling the radar up here, but you can see where that is. And then into West Virginia, we've still got these tornado warnings going here into, where are we at? Are we in Grant County? Yeah, Grant, Hardy County, also into Pendleton County. We've got these tornado warnings going. Clay and Knox County. Continuing that out until 7:31 Eastern. Let's go back to Pennsylvania. This has been an ugly storm up here. This one was observed just a moment ago. Now it's radar indicated near Newcastle. So put it together where this is headed. You're watching this, right? Off to the south and east. This storm started way up here to the northwest of Youngstown, northeast of Youngstown, and it's went this direction. So you're watching it off to the south and east tonight. If you're in areas like, I don't know, Portersville, Prospect, you're watching this off to your northwest. Newcastle right now, South Newcastle. We want to watch this too. And now the tornado warning now extended to 7:45 here in Lawrence County, Pennsylvania. Grant and Hardy, West Virginia, and Pendleton County, West Virginia. Those are the tornado warnings that we're dealing with right now. It's getting a little bit quieter, but we still have got 3 active tornado warnings going. Again, up here toward Youngstown. 2 of them here in West Virginia. A new one just fired up. Let's go in here. I just saw that. I don't even think my screen's popped yet. There's your rotation. Tornado warning going here. Are we still in, is this Pendleton County? Yeah, East Central Pendleton County. So 2 cells really with this. This is a little bit different. One up into this region and another one down here into Pendleton County. And flash flooding too. A big problem back towards Elkins. That warning new that popped into Pendleton, 7:45. You're watching it live, guys. We're watching these storms as they move towards Winchester. Let's go over to the reflectivity. This will give us a better view of the precipitation. And it is raining, guys. It is coming down. A wet go on I-81 tonight. And then it's hard to imagine that you've got all this rain and these tornadoes moving into the rain, cooled air. Just goes to show enough wind shear can overcome anything. We didn't even talk about Bertha. Maximum sustained winds on Bertha, 60 at 5 p.m. So forecasted to move off to the east, or the west, I should say. So by 2 a.m., expected to be very close to the Louisiana coast. And then maintain tropical storm status as it goes right along the Louisiana coast. Possibly impacting Houston as a tropical storm. Galveston, listen, that's the thing, right? Beaumont. Will it still be able to hold a tropical storm status? Who knows? But either way, we're dealing with some showers along the Gulf Coast. Let's go down here. No warnings going on, but either way, let's animate this a little bit. We'll take a break from the tornadoes. Pretty dry on the north side of this. I was looking at a couple of things. This storm is actually going to entrain some of the smoke that's been lingering across a lot of the United States, getting pulled south. All right. They've pushed the warnings out and to a new area. Now we're looking at this area north into Pennsylvania. We are near Leeper. This would be in Pennsylvania. We've got new tornado warning going here. This is radar indicated. Winds could gust. The severe thunderstorm warning has been put out for 70 miles per hour. We're talking about Clarion, Forest, and Jefferson counties in Pennsylvania. Not just damaging winds, but now we got to deal with a tornado possible with this setup. Rotation looks like it's right here. If I had to guess, northeast of Tylersburg, probably. Let's see what they're saying. They're saying 11 miles southwest of Martinsville, moving east, southeast, I should say, at 35. So where in the world is Martinsville? I'll click off there. There's too many warnings. All right. All right, there we go. That makes sense, right? So back here, that's your tornado moving this direction. So that tornado warning goes all the way down here to Richardsville, I should say, and very close to Warsaw. And we are in Pennsylvania right now. There's another one too. Let's go back here towards Newcastle, right? We've been dealing with this over the last little bit. Tornado warning updated at 7:28 Eastern right now. It's over Newcastle, moving southeast at 20. Radar indicated still. There's your tornado being radar indicated here across western Pennsylvania. Tornado warning expired just now in eastern Kentucky. That's good news here, as this cell crosses back into over into West Virginia, I should say. And we've got these storms moving towards Charleston. I imagine this is tornado warned. Oh, it's not. Nope. Thought it would have a tornado possible. But the other one does, just to the south of town here. Let's pop the radar on here into Charleston. There's some rotation. All right. Looks kind of messy to me. Let's let it roll. I don't know. I get it. Not a lot of strong indication of a tornado, but you've definitely got some outflow boundary winds here. Winds right in here are going away from the radar. That's the red, right? Winds are literally going this way. So certainly some rotation going on with this storm just to the southwest of Charleston right now that has a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado tag. The only tornado warning right now in Kentucky is here. Just to the northwest of Burkesville near Waterview. That's pretty decent rotation still on this storm. Getting ready to come across. Well, it looks like it's right over Waterview over Glasgow Road. So some strong rotation still on this cell. And I'm going to back this up. This was producing a tornado up here towards Munfordville. That was observed earlier this evening. It's moved all the way down here almost to Tennessee now, still holding that tornado warning. So this thing has been warned all the way along the way. So while we don't have a severe thunderstorm warning, or a tornado warning, I should say, up here towards Burnside, still some rotation here south of Somerset. I mean, that's still some decent rotation showing up here. And a lot of lightning, too. What does the reflectivity look like? What's the rain? What's going on here? Yeah, a lot of rain, especially on the southern side of this. Dry on the west side. Isn't that interesting? And man, the thunder and lightning is going towards Bowling Green. Look at that heavy rain. No flood warnings yet, but we're putting down a lot of rain. Just a couple of tornado warnings to talk about. Still got the one going here into West Virginia. Way up in the mountains here in Pendleton County. Is that where we are? We're still in Pendleton County? Yeah, East Central Pendleton County. There's still some rotation up here, too. This looks interesting. No warning on it here just south of Moorfield yet. Not even a severe thunderstorm warning, but big storm moving through Winchester again. And we've got that tornado warning, again, back into Pendleton County. We're going to flip over to the reflectivity. Look at the rain. from the little town of Woodstock all the way up to Winchester, and Winchester just getting pounded again with some really heavy rain here, and not as much lightning now. So I guess that's a good thing. And then your rotation back with your tornado warned storm across Pendleton County. If you're in DC and you're watching these storms, I mean, they're pretty strong. Look at this one. This is a pretty ugly one. Just to the west of Leesburg right now. No severe thunderstorm warning on it, but let's look at the velocities on this. Yeah. So feeding into the storm, good feed, inflow, and strong looking thunderstorms. All right, new tornado warning here, just coming out. West Central Shenandoah County, Northern Virginia, Central Hardy County, and Eastern West Virginia. Tornado warning here. Barely coming across the line into Shenandoah County. That's just where we were looking. We just looked at that. Now it's tornado warned. You saw it here, guys. I thought that looked a little weird. There was nothing on it. Well, now there is. Shenandoah and Hardy County, West Virginia, new tornado warning. You saw it here, guys. You saw it live. That's the way this is working. I can't look at everywhere, but I imagine these guys are really watching these things. I give it to the guys. Some of the smartest people in the world work at the National Weather Service. No doubt about that. Hats off, guys. You're killing it. Anyway, tornado warning going here now for the next little bit. Expires in 26 minutes. Radar indicated. Again, there's your rotation near Lost City. Barely getting into Shenandoah County, right? So if you're in Virginia watching this, this is off to your west. Still up into West Virginia at this point. I-81 here. There's 60. Oh, that's not 66. Where am I at? This is 66 going down towards Front Royal. And then this is 81. Up through Woodstock, then up to Winchester, where it is just absolutely pouring. And then you've got the storms back into the mountains of West Virginia producing tornado warnings right now. New tornado warning too into Ohio, I should say. Let's go here. Look at that. This is brand new. You're seeing it right now for the first time. For me too. Tornado warning going here. We are now in Ohio. This is going to be for Carroll County in east central Ohio till 8. 7 miles west of Carrollton. Boom! There it goes. Carroll County, Ohio. 8 o'clock. Some decent rotation with this one as well. There it is, hooking around. Gosh, we've seen that all night. This is no surprise, guys, right? We were looking at this earlier. We were seeing this yesterday. We knew this was going to happen. And now we're just getting the tornadoes popping. This tornado warning, this was producing a tornado earlier. Northeast of Youngstown. Now it's down here towards Newcastle. Radar indicated here. What county are we in now? Oh, we're in Butler County. West Central Butler and Lawrence County. So Butler, PA over here. Still pretty far away, but tornado warned storm near Newcastle, dropping off to the southeast. Tornado warning here in Pennsylvania tonight. New scan just rolled in. We've still got, it's still got a hook look to it. There it is. There's your rotation near Weaglestown, Altman. We're getting in close here near Joyce. Looks like it's now east of Newcastle. At least the strongest rotation is. Headed towards Princeton right now. We are in Pennsylvania, in Butler County, Portersville. You got to watch this. It's off to your north and west. It's headed your way right now. If you're in Prospect, you are watching this as well. It's moving pretty quickly too. Each new scan, it feels like it's moving pretty quickly. It is. So Rose Point, Portersville. I don't know what road this is, so we're going to get in close. Stanford Road. All right. If you know where that's at, if you're in this region, don't go anywhere. Don't head south on that. This thing looks like it's headed right here towards Portersville, if I had to guess right now. Tornado warning also going up to the north. Still radar indicated up into this region. Still rotation across this area. Cumberland, Kentucky. Tornado warning now going here for you guys as well. That would be down here, I think. No, where are we at here? We're not in Cumberland. Oh, yeah, it is Cumberland County. Okay, so we've moved out of the other counties. We're now down here into Cumberland. This is a severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado on it near Burkesville. They may let that tornado warning go and just keep a tornado tag to it. Not sure what they're going to do with that yet, but still some rotation with this. And that's the thing, too. Still quite a bit of rotation with some of these storms back to the west. Here just to the southwest of Bowling Green. These storms moving now into Tennessee. Severe thunderstorm warning pushing into Virginia now. Thanks to the cell back to the west, they've put a tornado tag on it. So now we're north of Harrisonburg here towards Newmarket. This is I-81 up towards Woodstock. Newmarket all the way back to the West Virginia border. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect here with a possible tornado. Let's flip the radar on. There's that rotation. Gusty winds. Even if you don't see a tornado, you've got, severe thunderstorm warning capable of producing winds over 60, hail up to 3/4 of an inch. We're looking at echo tops right now. I want to see how tall this storm is. So 41,000 feet here. There's another one. That's a tall storm up near Winchester too, pushing 42,000 feet. So some pretty tall storms on these echo tops showing up. And some really heavy rain too. It is coming down. Let's look at the VIL, the vertically integrated liquid. That'll show us where the hail is. Boy, that's one heck of a hail core here, just to the west of Leesburg. No warning on it, but that thing's probably producing some hail here. And then some hail in and around the Winchester region. Rotation seems to be the big thing that we're looking at. Again, with these tornado warnings across West Virginia right now. So if you're watching tonight, you're in Pittsburgh. We've got the severe thunderstorms to the north that are producing tornadoes up here towards Butler County. Also back to the west across Ohio. We've seen this storm. This is a nasty looking one. Got quite a hook on it here near Delroy and Carrollton. Tornado looks like it's west of Carrollton though. And put this into motion. I think you watch these storms too, near Akron. Okay, right now they're behaving. Let's just hope that continues. This is probably one of the nastier cells that we're looking at here in Butler County. Strong rotation on that still. That's the one that's had a history of producing a tornado earlier. I had to guess. Looks like it's somewhere in this region. So yeah, your wind's here going toward the radar. Going away from the radar. There's your couplet. Further north into Pennsylvania we go. Not as strong of a rotation, but we're also looking at the radar way out here, pretty far away. How far is this radar? Well, now I'm curious. So 65 miles. Okay, so it's not terribly far. Sometimes I get out here on the radar, I get lost. I don't know where I'm at. I feel like, how far is that away? All right, Ohio still. We've got this severe thunderstorm that's producing a tornado here in Carroll County, Ohio. Golly, look at that. So still some rotation going here on this nasty looking cell. And we continue the tornado warnings here into West Virginia right now. We're in Pendleton County, also Hardy County, moving out of Hardy County into Shenandoah County, right here on the line of West Virginia and Virginia, right there. I mean, there's still some rotation, right? Going away from the radar, toward the radar. It's not a tight couplet, but it's there. Certainly some rotation. That tornado warning continuing here into Grant, also Shenandoah County. Just a small sliver here. This has now been extended into Virginia, though, into Rockingham County. Well, alrighty. Here we go. Rotation still back here. Severe thunderstorm warning on all of this. Again, we've talked about that. Still up and down 81. Goes all the way, not to Harrisonburg, but north of that. Let's read this tornado warning over into Rockingham County. I want to read this myself. So it was 11 miles south of Rough Rim, moving east at 45, so it's moving pretty quickly. So near Basie, Bryce Mountain around 750, Timberville around 755. So here's Rough Run. That's where they said it was, over into West Virginia. And down here would be your tornado. And again, backing out just to show you where we are. This looks like it's going to be north of Broadway. We're in Virginia. This is Harrisonburg. This is I-81. Tornado back here, just now crossing the Virginia-West Virginia line. So there's two. There's one here, and there's another one just to the north of that. We were watching this one earlier. Still holding some strength here. Still some decent rotation on that tornado warning. Who knows if it will survive the mountains or not? We shall see. And new severe thunderstorm warning in effect here up towards Winchester. And this is getting pretty tough here over towards Leesburg too. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Some gusty winds. You can see that on the radar here. Getting pretty close to the radar site. I mean, that's not a tornado, clearly, but you can see the gust front as these showers and storms move to the east. All right, severe thunderstorm warnings going away in West Virginia and around Charleston. Tornado warnings now in Kentucky expired. That's good news. 2 tornado warnings in effect into Virginia and West Virginia right here. And then we've got the tornado warnings up into Ohio. Really strong one here towards Butler County. This has been an impressive one over the last several minutes and hours. Really, the last hour or so. Man, that thing is holding together. Look at that. Still a good couplet here. Radar indicated tornado. Very close to McConnell's Mill State Park. I got to see the reflectivity on this. There it is. Is that a debris ball? I hope not. And it might be. Looks like a tornado to me. All right, so we've got this other tornado warning up here too, to the north of this, up near Clarington. Siegel. Looks like the strongest rotation is here. This looks like it's going to go all the way down to Warsaw with this tornado warning. And then you've got the severe thunderstorm warning that's flanking that, going out even further, almost to Du Bois and Reynoldsville. Butler and Lawrence, Pennsylvania, just updated. New tornado warning still going here. What are they saying? A brand new data coming in at 7:46. Still capable of producing a tornado 6 miles northeast of Elwood City. That's where we're looking. I mean, that's exactly where we're looking. This is Elwood City, way out here. Your tornado warning is way up here, northeast of it. There's your tornado. And then this one, ooh, look at that one. That one's getting brighter. That looks even nastier here to the west of Carrollton right now. Moving through the small community of Tabor, likely now over top of this area. Hickory Grove. Palermo, down to Perrysville, Lakeshore Park. This is a tornado warned storm. I think there's still radar indicated on that. Yeah, I don't know that there's been any observation here, but yeah, pretty rough. I'm using radar Omega. Right there. Man, that's some real rotation right there. Look at that cell. So some pretty strong rotation going here, guys. Oh, man. Shenandoah County, Virginia. Till 8:15. Oh, boy. All right. There's your rotating storm moving into the Shenandoah Valley. Still west of I-81, but a lot of people live out here. So we're moving into Shenandoah County, Virginia. Tornado warning now till 8:15 p.m. So even if you're in Mount Jackson, if you're not in this warning, Mount Jackson, you're watching this as well. Starting to move out of West Virginia. It is now on the Virginia side, it looks to me like, anyway. And we've moved this tornado warning to the east as well. Don't know what county this is. Oh, that's northeast Shenandoah County. Is this Shenandoah County too? Oh, Rockingham. Okay, so this is Shenandoah County and Rockingham County. Okay, gotcha. All right. So we literally have two tornadoes in Shenandoah County, Virginia. So you're watching these storms if you're over here into DC. I'm going to flip radar source. We're going to come out of Leesburg now into Northern Virginia. Still some decent rotation on these cells. And we've got the tornadoes going up into Pennsylvania too. These here into Kentucky now, not tornadic at this point. At least they're not tornado warned. But we've still got some storms going through West Virginia right now, which possible tornado tag on this one, south of Charleston, West Virginia. These storms have had a history of rotation over the last little bit. And then I don't know what they're doing with this one. Even here, still possible tornado. It was warned back into Kentucky. So we're going to continue to see the severe weather across West Virginia for the next couple of hours anyway, I think. Steadier rain across southwest Virginia at this point. And out ahead of it, we've got these stronger storms, or I should say behind it. And then up here into northern Virginia, into West Virginia, big storms up here. Nasty looking storms being just sheared apart. Well, pow, look at that. Just getting ripped apart across Ohio. Upper level winds going this way. Lower level winds coming in, allowing that storm to spin and rotate. And now we've got tornado warnings. Did you see how that shifted? That's wild, right? That was just, we were pulling from a different radar, much higher looking into the storm. We got down to the surface, it's leaning. So that storm is tilted. All right, welcome to the live stream, guys. I'm just watching these tornadoes tonight. Typically, if you're new to the channel, I don't do a lot of live streaming. Just don't have time to do it. It's my thing. This isn't. Sorry, I got distracted by those tornado warnings. It's not something that I can do every day just because of my schedule and life and all those things. But this is a big deal. We're dealing with a midsummer. I don't want to call it a tornado outbreak, but we got a lot of tornadoes on the ground right now. We've had quite a few. Especially here into West Virginia, right? All across it, into Pennsylvania. This is an ugly storm. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not a... It's radar indicated still near Butler, in Butler County, rather. That's a lot of rotation near Portersville still. And then here into Ohio. This into Ohio has been pretty ugly looking for the last little bit. This is up until 8 o'clock for Carroll County. Last update was at 7:41. Still some decent rotation on that storm as well. And flash flooding. Here's the thing. From Zanesville, Ohio, over to New Martinsville, West Virginia, Clarksburg, Buchanan, Elkins, flash flood warnings going here. And now we've got these tornado warnings into Virginia. So Shenandoah County. Getting a little bright here. Maybe not as strong as it was, but there's still some rotation going on this cell. Oh, look at that. Look at that twist. Can you see that? Clearly that storm is rotating. So is this one. Do I even need to draw that out? Look at that. There's that one. Here's your other one. 2 tornadoes right now in Virginia. Or at least tornado warned cells. Radar indicated. These have not been observed at this point. So there are your 2 tornado warned storms. Really, there's 3 or 4, I think. So we've got the 2 here in Virginia. You've got the 1 in Ohio and the 1 in Butler County, Pennsylvania. Right? 3, 4. And then you've got these back here south of Charleston that have a tornado tag on them. There may be a few more with some tornado tags. I'm not 100% sure what's going on over here. Oh, they do have a tornado tag on that one. I'll be doggone. Look at that, guys. So now we're getting close to the DC Metro with this severe thunderstorm that's working. Okay, I got to get my bearings. I-66 up here is Winchester. Okay, so we're coming off of the ridges here. I mean, this looks like straight line damaging winds to me, but and there's your inflow into the storm. Little bit of rotation, maybe. So in this environment, we could get a spin up, quick spin up. And then we've got another severe thunderstorm north up here towards Leesburg. That one's producing a lot of lightning. Not as much. This one's not creating as much. So probably a little more hail with this one. And then your tornado warm storms back to the west here. When I do this, it's going to get messy. You ready for it? Bang. Look at all the rain. I mean, it's almost too much to look at. You can't figure out what in the world you're looking at here. Into Northern Virginia, where we've got all this rain, and then it's so funny because you got these big thunderstorms moving into an environment where it's raining. So wild to see. Have they updated this one in Butler? 756. So they did update it. Whoop, we rolled another one out. Forest and Jefferson County, Pennsylvania. And we are getting very close to Butler now. Is this thing still a radar indicated? It is. So there we go. Tornado warning now. Butler County, Pennsylvania as well. And quite a bit of rotation on this. So this one has been warned. Again, if you're just joining us all the way back when it was way, way back to the north and west up near Youngstown, northeast of Youngstown, it's moved all the way down here into Butler County. And if you're wondering where we're at, we're north of Pittsburgh. Up here, Butler County. Carroll, Ohio, still got that tornado warning going out here as well, with this cell moving towards Kilgore. Right now, looks like it's right over Petersboro, near just to the north and west of Waterloo. So Perrysville, Kilgore, this storm headed your way. But the one up here looks pretty ugly. Again, headed very close to Butler at this point. Back and here's the rotation. And let's let this roll. I'm going to put this back into motion. Check this out. I'm sure you'll see it. And there's your rotation, just like that. Not good. So this storm, as it moves into Virginia, got a little bright here. Did you see that? And now it's backing off a little bit here as it moves into the Shenandoah Valley. The other tornado warning now extending to cover I-81 now. Okay, so let's switch sources here. Let's get a little bit closer into Northern Virginia. Small town of Woodstock here. This is I-81 before the 66-81 split here. Some rotation back to the west of the 81 still. And if you're in the DC metro area, you know where that's at. That's well west of DC, but we're watching these storms as they get a little bit closer tonight. Let's do this. Let's pop over to a different map for just a second. We've not done this in a while. Let's refresh the HRRR. Let's look at where these storms are going, how it's handling the modeling of these. Okay, right here's where it thinks we should be right now. Okay, So kind of gives you an idea. Moving through the next couple of hours, it still keeps these storms going here into West Virginia pretty good. But the overall trend will be for things to weaken through the overnight. I think once you get to around 11, 12, you'll really see a downtick in the severe thunderstorm coverage. But until then, stay weather aware. Again, watch these storms into Pennsylvania. And as they move toward the DC region, this is, again, the HRRR. Let's go in a little bit closer. This is all the reflectivity. There could be some more stronger storms here into southern West Virginia, too, and into Pennsylvania as well. And we've seen some strong storms into New York. We even had a tornado warning on the Jersey Shore about an hour and a half ago or so. So widening this out across the east, again, these storms that are dropping out of Kentucky, dropping into Tennessee over the next couple of hours, some of them could hold some strength. And down here's Bertha spinning, right? Bertha's pulling some dry air in, right? That's from that smoke and some of that getting, the dry air is not from the smoke, but the fact that that smoke's traveled that far south, really impressive. I do want to go to the Storm Prediction Center. Not pulled this map up much. Storm reports, definitely have seen some of those for sure. So mesoscale discussion just coming out, continuing with severe weather threat here across southern Tennessee, or I should say southern Kentucky into Tennessee along this boundary. That's going to continue. Yeah, in their discussion, they're talking about this too, that the most recent trends have shown this discrete supercell type setup across this region. We've seen semi-discrete supercells that are preceding the evolving line near the Tennessee-Kentucky border, where a brief tornado or large hail may persist in the next hour or two. So that's what we're looking at here across this. Most of the intense convection will move south of the watch before the watch expires, and you can see how that extends all the way down into Tennessee. So expecting that to move south pretty quickly through the evening hours. Another mesoscale discussion. This is moving into Northern Virginia. Okay, so this has been watched. We've certainly seen an uptick in severe weather here in the last hour or so, no doubt about that, as the damaging wind threat increases across this region over the next couple of hours. Heck, we've seen tornadoes back to the west, or at least tornado warned storms. Some decent shear, 40 to 50 knots of 0 to 6 kilometer shear. So from the surface up, what is that? 3.5 miles or so. You're seeing some decent change of wind direction with height, which would help re-intensify and maybe support some supercell structures across this region through the evening hours. Severe thunderstorm watch still in effect across this region for a good part of the Delmarva region, all the way down to the Virginia-North Carolina line, and then here through a good part of Virginia into Maryland. So they're saying that part of this watch may need to be extended in time as the low-level jet and the curvature of the hodograph, that's that wind change of wind direction with height. You start to curve that thing around, those things around, and it could support a brief tornado risk. And that's what we've seen through the evening hours, and we'll see more of that, I think, for the next hour or so. So 2 mesoscale discussions that the Storm Prediction Center talking about right now. Here's that other severe thunderstorm watch that we just mentioned. Let's go back to the radar. So really now we've got 3 tornado warnings that we're looking at. This one into Virginia Kind of looks unorganized still, but we've got it here. It goes all the way almost to I-81. No warnings right now up into Northern Virginia and to Leesburg. We did have a warning earlier. Nothing right now. But this has been a pretty nasty looking cell up here into Pennsylvania. Still looking pretty ugly here. And then over into Carroll County, Ohio. Maybe it's looking a little more disorganized. Maybe a little. Still, though, I guess there's enough rotation, right? That they're going to keep that tornado warning going here. So, Carroll, Ohio, Carroll County, Ohio, Butler County, Pennsylvania, also Rockingham County in Virginia, Shenandoah County, Hardy, West Virginia. That's mostly moved east of there into Shenandoah County and Rockingham. And this right here, guys, is Carroll County into Ohio. A couple of strong storms, too, north of this. We're talking about up here into northern PA, severe thunderstorm warning up into this region with this line as it drops south. Let's change this over to something that makes sense. Not that the velocities don't, but I don't know. This is probably a better way to show these storms building and sliding along. That's wild looking right there. That wind shear is really pulling that storm apart, and you've got good inflow, good circulation. So maybe a still tornado warning going here in Carroll County in Ohio right now. All right, the tornado warning continues in Rockingham County and Shenandoah County in Virginia. It's shrunk a lot. Basically, they're just keeping that warning going. They've tailed off the back end of it towards West Virginia and keeping it going here as it moves into Virginia. A little bit of rotation. If I had to guess, it'd be right there. Let's look at the velocities. Yep, pretty close, right? I mean, you can kind of see it. And yeah, still got some storms here just south of Charleston right now. This one has a tornado possible too. Some decent rotation on that one. This line has been living up to its expectations, continuing to bring severe thunderstorms into Tennessee right now. These are probably headed toward Nashville. Right now, they're just severe thunderstorm warnings. So things are looking a little more calm. Don't get me wrong. We still got a few tornado warnings clearly on the screen, but not nearly as active as it was, say, an hour ago. All right. Fatherhood calls. I got to go, guys. Be safe out there. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you're new, I hope you'll hit subscribe. If you want to support what we're doing here, do that. Come back, do a daily forecast, and appreciate you guys watching.